Trusts and foundations are flexible and dynamic tools used for asset protection and the protection of vulnerable persons. They're mainly used to hold or own assets and wealth, to provide proper and responsible management of assets and wealth, and to provide for proper and flexible distribution of income from assets and wealth, and in certain circumstances to provide for the distribution of the actual assets and wealth. The main difference between trusts and foundations is that a trust is a contractual relationship between two or more persons, the settlor or settlors and the trustee or trustees, whilst a foundation is a legal entity separate from its founder. Trusts are normally found in common law systems, whilst foundations are found in civil law systems. However, whilst having a civil law system, Malta is one of the few jurisdictions that cater for both trusts and foundations. Malta's domestic trust law is largely based on legal principles found in the Jersey trust law. All Maltese laws are published in English, which is an official language of Malta, which is normally considered helpful, apart from the fact that setup costs are normally found to be very competitive compared to other trust jurisdictions. A Maltese trust can be set up for a maximum period of 125 years and offers limited reserved powers for the settlor. For example, adding or removing a trustee, protector or beneficiary, and changing an investment advisor or manager. A Maltese trust is normally tax neutral and transparent, meaning that any income is taxed in the hands of the beneficiary or beneficiaries, unless the trustees choose to have the trust taxed as a company. The trustees of Maltese trusts must be licensed by the Malta Financial Services Authority, apart from private trusts set up by notarial deed with a non-professional trustee. Foundations have existed in Malta for hundreds of years, and in 2008 the law was updated to regulate foundations in Malta. Maltese foundations' assets are owned by the foundation itself, and the foundation has separate legal personality. Both purpose and private foundations can be set up in Malta. A Maltese private foundation is set up for the benefit of a named person or persons called beneficiaries. It can be set up for a maximum period of 100 years, and it must be registered with the Maltese Registrar of Legal Persons. A private foundation must be set up by notarial deed, but not all documents are registered. For example, the beneficiary statement setting out who the beneficiaries are need not be registered. A certification by the notary is sufficient. A Maltese foundation is normally taxed as a company unless the administrator elects that the foundation is to be taxed as a trust. A Maltese foundation is administered by an administrator who must be licensed by the Malta Financial Services Authority. Maltese trusts offer flexible and robust solutions for traditional asset protection and estate planning. They're well regulated and the law is clear and precise. Maltese trusts safeguards confidentiality and privacy, but is not based on secrecy, and trustees must abide by general anti-money laundering rules and guidelines. In a commercial setting, Maltese trusts are used for commercial security structures when holding collateral in commercial loan situations, and they're also used in shareholder agreements and transfer situations. A recent development is the increase in use of Maltese trusts in retirement pension structures. Maltese foundations offer flexible and robust solutions for traditional asset protection and estate planning. They're well regulated by clear and precise rules. A Maltese foundation cannot be set up for trade, but it can hold shares in a company. It's typically used to hold assets and to offer particular administration solutions which cannot easily be achieved with a normal company structure. Maltese foundations are well-suited vehicles for family business transitions and transfers to the next generation. The Maltese Foundation offers particularly strong beneficiary protection provisions which can be very useful in such situations.